Well, Brock, the fans were out and shouting J-E-T-S Jets well before the gates opened here. And now they fill the stands of MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Fairbairn ready to get this one going. And we're underway in prime time on Thursday Night Football. This return makes it up to the 25. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10.
Here we go. Set.
Henry gets it here to start the drive. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Pass into the hands of Mark Andrews. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And it'll give the Jets a first down. First carry here for Braylon Allen. And this defense offering no room at all up the gut there. No gain. Look at Jimmy Ward getting up there to make that stop. No progress on first down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10. A pistol snap, Fields. And he won't escape this. The Texans take him down. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
That sure ended up being a worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down. And he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
So on 4th down, the Jets turn to a fan favorite. It's Thomas Morstead to punt it away. And this one is away, and he got all of it and then some. Brings it in at the 12. He breaks a tackle. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. That one scored as a massive 67-yard effort. And it's going to be Texans football. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Stroud in the air to start us off. And his game will begin with an incomplete pass.
Timing is everything in life, and timing is everything defensively. That throw was just a little bit late and gave the defense time to close, deliver a pop, and knock that ball loose.
Couldn't connect on first. It's 2nd down.
Here we go.
Man in motion here. Stroud to throw again on 2nd. Complete over the middle. And a massive hit at the end of that play. Oh, baby. But he hangs on through it. Still able to get that first down. Running back sent in motion. First down, Stroud. Little off center. His man just couldn't adjust to it.
That play right there, Kate, that just goes to show you, you can't take any completion for granted. Even some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
To the air yet again, it's Stroud. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Working quickly here. Timeout coming from the Texans. That's their first. And after using an early one, 2 left for him to spend. Third down, Jets are in a dime set, 6 defensive backs out there. Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. Big gain downfield. Touchdown, Houston! The Texans drive 80-plus yards and take a 6-0 lead. He finds one of his great receivers, Brock, and they are off to a great start to begin this ballgame.
Yeah, it's such a positive offensively when you could go find not just a field goal, but a touchdown on that opening drive. And defensively, this starts to shake the foundation of your preparation and makes you wonder what's in store.
That one right down the middle. And the Texans will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. Wangu now to return. He's stopped on the return at the 27. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Here we go. We're good.
The drive begins with Henry. He's descended upon quickly and dropped after looks like a yard gain. Aziz Al-Shire that time on the tackle. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
Hey, Ken. Hey, never mind. Monday. All right.
Fields looking to throw. And someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Texans, they're going to have it. And he's going to hang on to that football. That's his first career interception. He was trying to fit it into a window in the zone coverage, but by the time he let it go, boy, Brock, that lane had closed, and someone was there to make a play on it.
Now, what you're trying to do in zone coverage defensively is make that quarterback see a window that isn't actually there. And as soon as he takes the bait and sends it over the middle, well, you got 1, 2, 3 defenders all there in range to go pick it off.
Running for the first time with Joe Mixon. And he's able to take this one down to the 25. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Here's Stroud on 1st and 10. Touchdown, Houston! So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the first half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
Fairbairn now for the PAT. And the kick is good. And the Texans drive out to an early 14-0 lead. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. Wangu now to return. They'll have decent field position to begin with here, Brock. He's tackled just beyond that 30-yard line. They've got 1st down from the 31.
Here we go.
Putting a receiver in motion.
Tonight.
Fields on 1st down. He gets it complete to Josh Reynolds. And they touch him down. Looks to be about 4 yards short of the sticks.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Play action, Fields. He's finally caught, and he lost the football. Oh, no, it's out. They managed 22 on the rip and a 1st down.
Sometimes, let's face it, it's just better to be lucky than good. Your mind as a runner always goes to worst-case scenario when you feel that ball get knocked loose. That time the sideline saved him and his team.
Hey, Ken. Tonight.
On 1st and 10, it's Fields. Complete to Braylon Allen. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes second and third down a whole lot easier to manage.
2nd and 6 coming up here.
Here we go, side. Side.
Off play action, it's Fields. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last second attempt to get rid of it.
Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time? Well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion. A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
Zerline has it all teed up and ready to send it away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
All right.
Shotgun now for Stroud. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. Offense up to the line fast. Trying again following the set. Launches one deep downfield. Challenges double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Andre Sisco. And the Jets take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season. I don't know what to be impressed by most, Brock. How effortless he made it look to throw it that deep, or how effortless the cover man made it look to get that far down there and haul in the interception.
How about we just marvel at both of them? You call a deep pass like that again on the next play, it could go to the end zone. But this time, it is a takeaway.
Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
Hey, look, Kate, you can't just ask one tackler to go mano-a-mano and stop this guy. You got to have the cavalry coming. One guy makes a hit, the others are there to clean up and pile on, because one-on-one, he's going to run right through you.
This is Henry on 2nd. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line. It's a 4-yard gain, and that's going to get him across the marker and earn the 1st.
Don't jump, ready? Alpha, go.
Looking to throw Fields. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
It's 2nd and 21 at the 35-yard line.
We've arrived at the end of one on Thursday night. It's a 2-score game early. More from MetLife coming right up. Time for the 2nd quarter of play. It's Jets football. They have 2nd down behind the sticks. Trying down the middle with Henry. Runs into traffic and hits a wall. No gain. Jalen Petrie there on the stop. No gain on the play there. Might need to dig into that bag of tricks for 3rd and very long.
Angel. Here we go, side.
Fields out of the gun. Firing one deep for the end. They connect on the deep shot. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
That one's incomplete in the end zone.
Just something off in the rhythm of their passing game on that one, Kate. Time to recalibrate and keep throwing it to get back on track.
So after the incomplete pass, here's 2nd and goal.
Here we go. I'm good. Tonight.
Henry does not score. They not only stop him, they backed him up a couple of yards.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
Here we go. No mas, no mas. Right.
On 3rd and goal, here's Fields. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. And that brings up 4th and goal. Talk about coming up clutch with that contact on 3rd and goal, partner. And now a decision for this offense to make on 4th down.
We know how hard it could be defensively in these goal-to-go situations. We know that you have got to be on point, every attention to detail. That's a job well done by that defense.
Out, let's go. Bunch right. Press, bunch right. Sit high.
They do snap it. Here's Fields. He's on the move. And the ground game works for the touchdown. The Jets pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. It's a Justin Fields touchdown. Zerline with the extra point. And the Jets cut the lead down to 4. We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as... And that one hit the landing zone first and then into the end zone. So it's going to be a touchback out to the 20. They're out and set. 1st and 10.
All right.
Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. He's got it deep downfield. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. It was Andre Sisco who hauled him down there. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
All right.
Takes off right out of the read option. He's pushed straight ahead, and that's maybe a yard at most. That was Jermaine Johnson there to make the play. Only a yard on the pickup, so that's going to bring them to 3rd down and 3. From the gun, Stroud. On the move, headed right. Into a crowd, and intercepted. And the Jets take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Here we go, son.
Shotgun handoff for Allen. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there.
As an offense in these situations, Kate, you could feel your own goal line, and you're not going to risk putting the ball in the air. So that means you're going to run it, and you're going to buy whatever breathing room you can.
Gets this one to Andrews. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
First down throw for Fields. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions get more depth. But a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
Hey, Ken. Up. Get high.
After the sack, another pass on second down. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. Picked off by Jalen Petrie. And it's a pick six as he runs it in for the touchdown. Went to the oh well one too many times, Brock, and this time the defense was ready for it.
Yeah, you make as many catches as he has in this game, you're going to attract some extra attention. They knew it was probably going his way in the near future, and they had somebody there waiting for it that time.
Point after up and good by Fairbairn. And the Texans drive their lead to 11. A quick chance at redemption after that pick six as it's sent away. Xavier Gibson now to return. Oh, he eats a hit to bring an end to that return right near the 25. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Don't jump. Ready? Go.
Fields coming back after the pick. Finds his target, Allen. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, if they were concerned about losing yards, running it on first down, it just happened anyway. Not many passes end in a loss. Hopefully they got a little more aggressive strategy coming here on second down.
Here we go.
2nd and 12 behind the sticks. He fires one deep down the middle. That's complete to Wilson. And they get there to touch him down, Brock, but a big gain on that play. Ball on the 45, 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Out of the shotgun, Fields. Too much lead on that throw. That falls incomplete ahead of his target.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down.
Here we go, side.
Another throw for Fields. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And they'll bottle this up after a 4-yard gain. Look at Jimmy Ward getting up there to make that stop.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
Right.
Fields on 3rd. He has the first over the middle. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Fields. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Hey, Ken.
They are throwing it again. Escapes the pocket. Caught by Lazard. And that will not be enough for a 1st down. The Jets take their first time out. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. 3rd down, 1 yard to go.
Easy. Here we go.
Henry's going to try to pick it up. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Less than a yard needed here on fourth.
Right, sit. Here we go. Right.
Now it's Fields. Getting out to his left. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. They stun the defense with a gain of 14 on fourth down and pick up the first.
Oh, that just sucks the wind out of a defense. So demoralizing. So many guys do things the right way, only to see a quarterback evade the pressure and go get that first down anyway.
4 downs now to get in. Here's first and goal.
Here we go. Sit high. Sit high.
Back to throw. Here's Fields. Flushed out of the pocket. Looking end zone, but touchdown denied. Knocked away. Incomplete. That throw doesn't lead to 6. So now it'll be second and goal.
Well, that was all about the eyes. You've got to read the quarterback's eyes as a defender and make sure you know where that throw is going. And when it does, you got to react and knock it away. That is well done.
Here we go, son.
And he's caught behind the line for a loss. Timeout taken by New York. That's its second. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half.
While the offense is looking for a possible touchdown, Kate, it's the defense that's stolen the mojo with that stop. This is how they teach you to defend the goal line.
Third down from the gun. And he carries it in for the touchdown. The Jets make it a one-score game before halftime. It's a Justin Fields touchdown. Now the Jets keeping the offense on the field. They're going to go for 2. Chased out to his right. And he will reach the end zone, so a perfect ending to the first half. They get a touchdown and tack on the 2-point try. Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. This one's going to bounce into the end zone and will end as a touchback. Probably looking at our final snap of the half here on first down. Looking to throw. He throws a bullet down the left sideline. And that's incomplete. Wanted to dial up the aggressiveness there like that, but couldn't connect. Second down. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the third quarter. Well, if you love high-scoring games, no doubt you have been glued to your television so far. And no signs of slowing down as we begin our second half. He's popped at the end of that one. Painful end to a real solid return there.
Oh, there's no question about it, Kate. That just infuses everybody. A little more bounce into your step now, both in and out of the huddle. And you want to pay off your special teams that sets you up for success.
They've got first down from the 31.
Here we go.
Now it's Stroud. Out to his wideout, it's a screen. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. Brandon Stevens in on the tackle.
How's your block shedding out there, boys? Because they need to get through some blocks to hang that screen up quickly. They were Johnny on the spot.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Running with Mixon out of the gun. And he's dropped at the 37 after pushing this forward a bit. Offense in the hurry up here. Stroud off the play fake. Oh no, they get him yet again. Brandon Stevens has it.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down.
Here we go.
A give to Allen out of the shotgun. He's contained at the line for no gain. Derek Stingley putting that play to bed. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
At the 48-yard line.
Don't jump. Ready?
Here's Fields to throw. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Complete beyond the marker. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. This one goes for an even 25 yards. And it's good enough for a New York 1st down. Henry running to the left. And there's a sign of life from the ground game. He's forward with a nice pickup. Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Here we go, son.
On 2nd down, here's Henry again. And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9. A gain of 5, Brock, and now they're going to have 1st and goal.
Here we go.
Fields to throw it. Forced out to his right. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
So the incompletion on 1st. Here's 2nd and goal.
Here we go. Good.
They give to Henry on the inside handoff. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4. 5 yards on the play, and now they've got 3rd and goal.
When you don't have great success on 1st down, Kate, it's a little bit like a hitter in baseball falling behind in the count. And all you want to do as a hitter is get back to a fighting chance. Give yourself a better count. That play, well, it does the same here. Now a much more manageable and opportune 3rd down situation.
Here we go. Go.
Fields throwing here. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw. That's why they spend all the time on the practice field during the week. That kind of operation. Perfect rhythm, perfect timing, and a 2 for 2 for this kicker.
Zerline has it all teed up and ready to send it away. Here's Smith on the return. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They'll begin with a run by Mixon. And he's going to take this one to the 25 before going down. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Stroud from the pistol. Has him on the quick hitter. And he rocks the tackler. They managed 22 on the rip and a 1st down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
1st and 10, a run to Mixon. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
First down, and they go right back to him. Making defenders pay for trying to tackle him. And he's able to take this one down to the 25. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And the Texans are going to have a first down.
Okay, this is why coaches across all levels of football harp on the importance of good, fundamental tackling, not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when one of their guys has a chance to bring down a running back, they're able to do it and keep those plays from going any further.
Going to the ground again on first. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. He made it 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
Here we go.
It's Mixon on 2nd down. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
What was supposed to move the chains, or at least make 3rd down easier to handle instead, did the exact opposite here, Kate. Now makes this 3rd down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
This drive in jeopardy. Here's a 3rd and 10. On play action, here's Stroud. Cut near the goal line. And he nearly broke it for 6. He steps out at the 3-yard line. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
You know I love those chunk completions. They're so critical. Those chunk plays, they lead statistically so often to scoring. And then when you get it to a tight end and play action, it's just a little icing on the cake.
Here we go.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Mixon. And he won't have the touchdown. He goes out a little short of the 2. Call it no gain that time, and they'll have 2nd and goal.
Where one defender failed, well, his buddy was there to swarm to the ball and make that play just as it gets to the line of scrimmage.
Again, they give to Mixon. And he's not going to reach the end zone. They bring him down at the 1. Defense making a couple of good stops here, and this brings up 3rd and goal. From the gun, Stroud. The back grabs it. And in for the Houston touchdown. Well, this has definitely been a tight one throughout, Brock. So now that they've taken the lead, the question becomes, can they hold on to it?
And that question right there is one the defense has to answer. But this sure had the look of a drive where a coaching staff challenged that offense, saying, hey, we need a big drive from you guys right here. And sure enough, that offense delivers.
Yeah, no doubt. Fairbairn now for the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the Texans break that tie and now lead by 7. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. Wangu now to return. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Chance here for one final play before the end of the quarter.
Here we go, son.
On 1st and 10, it's Fields. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Now he loses the ball. And the Texans grab. Oh, he fumbles it. They might give it right back. Oh, and he nearly gives it right back on the same play. Good heads-up move there to jump right back on top of it.
Jets 21.
Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down.
Hey, uno more. Nike Texans.
Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. He gets a lot behind one. He's got it inside the 10. He goes the distance. Touchdown, Houston. The Texans go up by 2 scores as they try to put this one away. Tank Dell, the touchdown. Well, in a close game, they needed somebody to make that type of play. Now it pushes their lead to a couple of scores and makes a comeback that much more difficult.
You know, Kate, their offense did its part and padded the lead. Now it's up to this defense to make this 2-score